Sean Sewell with Engearment.com. I've got a 1-year-long review on the ChiliPad Pro and the Dock Pro system, as well as a comparison between the Dock Pro and the Ooler, as well as the ChiliCube system, as well as some insights and observations and best practices for each of these units. So quite a bit to cover, as well as a discount code for you. So let's get into it. A little bit of background. So I'm a health professional, and I'm a big advocate of any kind of things we can do for recovery. So naturally, I looked into best practices for sleep, discovered quite a few different sleeping apparatuses, mattress pads, fans, recovery devices of different backgrounds, and I found the ChiliCube system and the Chili blanket, and I picked one up and I tested it out, and I was really impressed. Made a review on that 3 years ago. In the process of that and researching it, I got a hold of Tara Youngblood, the founder of ChiliSleep, and had her on the Engearment podcast. We had a great discussion about best practices with sleep, a history of polyphasic sleeping cycles, as well as a plethora of free tools that you can utilize at home without having to purchase anything to improve your quality of sleep. One of those things was reducing the temperature in the room and sleeping surfaces. So my background as well is with camping and outdoor gear reviews. You've probably seen the over 1,000 reviews we have on the channel. A lot of that is based on outdoor recreation and camping, specifically winter camping. So one thing I've observed of winter camping is I generally tend to sleep more soundly and quicker. So there's a lot of research out there showing that sleeping at a reduced temperature improves recovery, hormonal profiles, a lot of other things. I'm not going to go too far down a rabbit hole in this review, but if you want to learn more about that, I will link down to the interview with Tara Youngblood so you can learn more about that. So on to the comparison, what you really care about right here and right now. So the Ooler system I've had for 3+ years. We have 2 units, one for my wife, one for myself. We also have a ChiliCube system we've had for 3 or 4 years plus. We have the mattress pads that came with the Ooler and the ChiliCube. We also have the Chili blanket, which we did a review on as well. And then we picked up the Dock Pro. Actually, right as it came out, they sent over the Dock Pro for us to test out about a year ago. And so we may have had a pre-production version of it, but it also came with the Dock Pro mattress topper, which is fantastic. And I'll show you the regular pad and the Dock Pro here in a moment, as well as both units and how they work, as well as the app, which is really important as well. So a lot to cover. Let's talk about the magic of the systems. These mattress toppers, this is the Dock Pro, and this is the original ChiliPad. They create the temperature change. So inside this are, I don't know, 1 million little tubes that circulate water, and then it very efficiently, almost instantaneously, changes the temperature and maintains that temperature throughout the night. With the ChiliPad regular, there are tubes, and I'll show you in a picture. The tubes are pronounced, but you don't really feel them because you put a fitted sheet or whatever kind of sheet over this, and we've been using this for 3+ years and no complaints whatsoever, especially given the incredible benefit that it provides. But the ChiliPad Pro is just a uniform surface, and there's no tubes that I've felt. There's probably, like I mentioned, like 1 million little tubes or some kind of layer that just efficiently changes the temperature and maintains it. It's pretty incredible. Both of the units are fed via the same exact tube system. It is removable. You can push a button right here and remove it, and then you can machine wash the mattress toppers, which is really key for maintenance. I wash them about every, 4 to 6 months. Not that hard to do, just unclip the water tubes and then stick it in the washing machine. Follow the instructions, keep it clean. So here we have all 3 units. We have the Dock Pro, the newest version, the Ooler, and the ChiliCube. The ChiliCube we've had for, I believe, 4 years, the Ooler for 3+ years, and the ChiliSleep now for 1 year. They all work in the very similar premises of you put water in each of the devices, it circulates it with a fan and pushes it out to the mattress pads that I just showed you. It's convenient that each of them use the exact same plug plug in the rear, so they are interchangeable. I know it's not advertised that you can use the ChiliPad Pro, the new one, with the Chili Cube or the Ooler, but I have used it in the real world several weeks at a time, and it has worked fine, which is a nice benefit. The benefit being, it's nice to have a backup system. We're very fortunate that we have the Chili Cube, 2 Oolers, and the Dock Pro. I have broken the Ooler about a year and a half ago. I was leaking some water, wasn't too sure why. Contacted customer support, sent it in, got a replacement unit. Good experience. The Dock Pro, I was testing when it first came out. They sent over a unit to test. I think it's a pre-production model, and I had a little bit of an issue with connecting to the app. I sent it back. This is a replacement unit. This would be the series of units that's available now, so I don't think the issue still exists. Some other benefits to the differences in the units. Besides the price, this one I think is $650 for the half king, I believe $900 for the half king on the Ooler, and $1050 for the half king on the Dock Pro. However, before you purchase one, if you click the link below and apply the coupon Engearment at checkout, you'll save 25% on any of these units, saving you hundreds, literally hundreds of dollars. So if you're going to purchase it, use that link, put that coupon code in. Back to some similarities and some differences. So similarities, they all circulate water. They all turn on, they make some sound. This one, the Chili Cube, being the loudest. For reference, my wife despises fans and white noise, and this is actually her unit. So she uses this even though she doesn't like background sound. So she can tolerate it. She's very particular and she can tolerate it. The Ooler is much quieter than the Chili Cube. And on paper, at least, the Dock Pro is the quietest of the three. I have not noticed much of a difference between these two. However, I do like white noise in the background. I like to have a fan on or running water, and I love camping next to water. Yeah, that's my thing. So, for reference, you know, on paper, this one is the quietest. Power consumption. This one, middle of the road. This one is 55 watts, I believe. This one is 95 watts. So if power consumption is a concern of yours, if you're on a solar system, if you are somehow using these pneumatically in a van life situation, something to consider. The difference in wattage, that's about the equivalent of a small fridge, you know, for your power consumption needs. All 3 units can be controlled externally, meaning you can control them using just the unit. You can turn them on, you can change temperature up or down. You can see on the LCD displays the water level. If it's too low, it'll indicate that. It'll indicate the temperature that it's currently at and indicate the temperature you have set it to. The Chili Cube comes with a dedicated remote control, which is nice because that remote control only works with this. You do not need a phone or a tablet to control it. That's a big plus. The Ooler is no remote control, but it's controlled via Bluetooth, which has its pluses and minuses, right? With your phone or your tablet. There's an app, very easy to use, very easy to set up, and it is Bluetooth connected. So you don't have to worry about the next thing, which is with the Dock Pro, it is controlled via the app, a different app than the Ooler, the SleepMe app, which is a little bit more complicated in the setup, but not undoable. The Ooler is really simple. The Chili app for this one is a little more details to it, but it does work fine. However, it is Wi-Fi, so if you don't have a Wi-Fi network, I'm honestly not sure how you would remotely control it. Of course, you can always manually control it, just like you can with the Ooler and the Chili Cube, which is honestly how I controlled it most of the time. That pre-production one I was testing, like I mentioned, had an issue with connecting, so I just relied on manually controlling it. However, the replacement unit has no problems connecting, which has been awesome, so I can set it up and forget it. Just I have it turn on at 8:30, turn off at 5:30 in the morning, and like I said, the temperature and the efficiency. So these units work really well. The Chili Cube and the Ooler, I generally set them to like 66 degrees respectively, and that keeps a nice cool temperature that I really enjoy. That 66 degrees I feel like translates into about 71 or 72 degrees on the Dock Pro. It's just super efficient. And in fact, it's middle of winter right now here in Denver, Colorado, like 10 degrees outside. I actually bumped up to 74. I never thought I would sleep at 74. But it keeps a nice, consistent, not too hot, not too cold temperature. My wife likes to fluctuate with the remote. She likes to go up when she wants a little hotter temperature for therapeutic feeling, and then cooler when she wants to cool off, whether it's summertime or just wants to sleep cool that night. So positives of all three units. Potential issues if you don't have Wi-Fi with the Dock Pro. I'm not too sure how you would control it, but all three work really, really well. The ChiliCube being the most compact in size, however, it is the tallest by just maybe half an inch, so it does not fit under our bed. The Dock Pro and Ooler do fit under our bed. So there is that. They say don't place them directly on carpet. We have had them directly on carpet since the day they came in, and it hasn't caused issues that I know of. General maintenance. I dump the water out, just open the lid right here and dump it out maybe once a month, once every 2 months, and I put in new distilled water. They do sell a chili specific cleaning solution. I have used baking soda as well. But another thing to think about is filling them up. The ChiliCube and the Ooler have the same size little cap right here. You simply dump in water right there. You can tell there's actually water in there right now. It's not hard to use at all, but oftentimes at night it kicks on and you'll see the add water light pop on, and so I'll kind of hastily grab the gallon of distilled water and dump it in there, inadvertently spilling some water onto the carpet. Not the end of the world. I could definitely put more effort into pouring it and it wouldn't be an issue. However, with the Dock Pro, you get a much easier, wider cap, so you can easily just dump the water in and you can see the amount of water you have. With the ChiliSleep, the ChiliCube and the Ooler, 80% of the time I fill it until the water's right there, then I put the cap in and it just pushes out some extra water. Again, not the end of the world, but it's just easier to fill this guy. This is also removable. However, I don't remove it. I just fill it up and I make sure it is locked into place so that the unit will turn on and operate correctly. And another thing for maintenance is I just go through every once in a while and remove any dog hair or lint that I see on all the vents around the unit, just so it can operate more efficiently and do its job. So there you go. There are all three units. Hopefully seeing them in the real world side by side is helpful. Hopefully learning how we used all three units, the different scenarios, the little bit of issues we've encountered, the customer service procedures we've gone through, and our overall opinion on it has been helpful. I have no problem recommending any of these. This one would be the most cost effective with remote control. The Ooler I think is fantastic for what the value you get. It's the smallest, it works great, the app is super intuitive and easy to use, and you don't need Wi-Fi. The Dock Pro being a little bit bigger, a little more power consumption, needing Wi-Fi to connect, the app is a little more involved, but it's bonkers how efficient this guy is. It's just instantaneously, boom, it gets to that temperature and will maintain it. On these two, you can program in the app to have a warmer temperature or whatever temperature you want at a certain time, changing temperatures throughout the night, and then even having it wake you up with a hotter temperature. I found I used that for the first month or two, and then I turned it off and kept it one static temperature. Waking up to a hot bed is kind of nerve-wracking too, so I turned that feature off. But it is an option if that's something you want to use as opposed to an alarm clock. Something to consider. So again, if you are going to purchase any of these, apply that coupon code and save yourself hundreds of dollars and put that towards something else. But yeah, no problem recommending any of these. If you have any comments or questions on these units, put them in the comments below. I'll get right back to you. If you want to see more content from ChiliSleep, which we have something we're working on, there's a device that connects to this that tracks different metrics, heart rate variability, and sleep quality. So we'll be testing that out here soon. If you want to see that, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel to stay up to date on that. I'm Sean Sewell, owner and director Stoke for Engearment.com. And until next time, take care.